reviewer.
Yes, another reviewer. A dark day has befallen gamers everywhere. I stood idly by when Microsoft entered the world of console gaming. I said nothing when the Wii came out and it was nothing more than a toy. But now something truly horrible is happening, and it hits me right in the childhood. I'm of course talking about the end of Nintendo Power. I've been reading Nintendo Power since before I was even able to read. My parents were subscribed to it since it began, when it was a 6-page cardboard booklet printed in grayscale, and the only color all the illustrations were done in was purple. This was in the winter of 1987, when I was 4, and now 25 years later, it's over. Nintendo has announced on August 21st, 2012, that they will not be renewing their license agreement with Future US to continue to publish Nintendo Power since it was sourced out to them in December of 2007. Initially, it was done by Nintendo of America themselves. They contained so many great columns, like Player's Pulse, where fans of the magazine could send in letters of praise or to complain about inconsistencies, or just send in fan art often drawn on the envelopes of the letters. Or Counselor's Corner, where members of Nintendo would answer players' questions about different games and strategies to get through bits of them. This and classified information, where they divulged cheat codes for games, were my second favorite sections. My absolute favorite sections were the comics, Howard and Nestor, which later became Nestor's Adventures, Battletoads, Super Mario Adventures, Super Metroid, The Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past. There was a time when I had all of them up until sometime around 2003 or 2004, when I moved into my first apartment. My parents' subscription ran out shortly after that and they never renewed. Worst part is, I never thought to subscribe or even keep the issues I had. I got rid of them whenever I moved out of that first apartment. I've always regretted that decision. Those magazines taught me how to get myself $1 million in SimCity, duplicate items in Final Fantasy II, and find all the warp whistles in Super Mario Bros. 3 to get to the end of the game almost immediately, or even how to animate Samus chasing a Metroid in Mario Paint. So many games I completed with those magazines by my side. Final Fantasy, Secret of Mana, Goonies 2, Ultima 4, Quest of the Avatar, Metroid. Okay, so I never beat the first Metroid, but I beat the shit out of Super Metroid. I have trouble understanding why Nintendo Power has to go away. I mean, they could stop making magazines, but they could just make a website dedicated to all this stuff, and have all their information and reviews and such hosted as videos, or even continue to have them as columns just on the internet. They might even be able to bring back old features like Counselor's Corner, and have video responses to fan questions about games. The playback section would be especially entertaining in this format, and they wouldn't even need a subscription fee. Ads from the page and the videos would more than pay for the site and the team with some 450,000 subscribers. The point is, Nintendo Power was a really big part of my childhood. Since I absolutely love video games, and since then, the Super Nintendo has been my absolute favorite console ever, with the most colorful and awe-inspiring games I could ever hope to play. Nintendo Power magazine not only told me about these amazing games, but it helped me play them and held my hand through the experiences I had with them. I haven't read a new issue of yours in almost a decade. The thought of your not being there when I play the video games of my youth, all I know is you will be missed.